Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, and we're going to be taking out the Seahawk yet again. And I am going to try and do what I can to go pick up that mining plant as quickly as possible. Most likely, we're going to see some ground pounders making their way over there. Possibly some of the bombers. If we do see the bombers, it's going to be a little bit problematic, because Ju-287s obviously fly very high and very fast, and this is a multi-roll. So while I can get up there, I'm going to find myself squarely in the tail gunners. I'm actually going to do kind of a double tag here. I'm tagging that because I know it's not going to tag one of the bombers. It'll tag whatever aircraft is closest, which was going to be that heavy. And then I can also do this and ensure that I am getting some ground attackers. It looks like my entire ground attacker team is on their way over here. So rather than going straight to the mine and dropping off my rockets, while they do have some good damage, I'm not entirely confident that they'll be able to flip a majority of that zone. So I'm just going to fly the outskirt and see if I can catch maybe a ground attacker working their way into this zone and see if I can damage them before they get in here. Checking. I do see both of the enemy bombers are actually heading towards our command centers, so that's not necessarily a good sign. We are going to get guns on here. We got these 420s. They're going to be the Hispano Mark 5s, but they are just a little bit more than your standard Mark 5s. They got an asterisk on them. It gives them just a little bit more hit potential, or more damage potential, keeping them competitive at this tier, which is really what we want to see. Now I'm going to do something a little bit questionable here. I'm actually going to break off from the target because I can potentially flip the zone with him in it when I kill him. So let's brakes on, secured the zone. So this is important. I brought this up many times before, that being able to take and hold the mine is going to be vital to being able to control the battlefield. It counts as being essentially 2 zones. So we're going to work our way... We'll work our way towards the airfield. We'll see what we can do here. We're not necessarily the best dogfighter, but it doesn't mean that we can't try and influence the battle a little bit. Oh, the 1092's in trouble. There's the enemy and the F-84 Bravo. Managed to get the fire out. We're dipping the nose now, trying to get a bit of speed and distance from him. He's got some range on those guns, and he definitely has some speed. I think we might be able to engage him in a turn fight. Oh, I thought he was an 84. He is definitely a 94. There is an 84 here, though. Oh, and there it was. 1092 is always a bit of a pain. Good news is we know that they're going to be spawning at the airfield, so I can actually work my way across the southern boundary if I want to. It might give me a little bit of time, but there it is. We finally picked up the command center. Ooh, ground attacker's making its way over to the mining plant. I think we kind of have to chalk that one up as a loss currently. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my way to the airfield and hopefully make my way through it, so that way I can head towards their command center. Let's do that. Can we get a multi-roll? No, 1092, he can definitely do that work. So he's already there engaging actively that aircraft, and then I'm going to tell somebody to attack the bomber flight, which is going to be our heavy. Cool, 1 bomber down. Attacker, go get him. Oh, Justin's over there, so we're good. I mean, we're not good, but we're better than we would have been. Whoa, you are up there. But that's not the one I should be worried about. It's this guy. Whew. He got me, and I am in a terrible energy state. Let's get that gunner out. Come on. Got him. Man, that was close. I really stuck it out there. And we almost paid the price. We did just lose the mine. That sucks. Let's get over there and see if we can help recapture it. Really? Are you on me? Ah, he's gonna break off. We got 9 seconds. Don't kill him yet. 2, 1. Now get him. Now kill him. That's the target. Come on. So now the difference here in putting some ground damage in on targets is that I don't need to be as worried about not getting all of a sector here when I'm attacking, because the enemy can't come in and sneak what's left of this site from me. There we go. Let's assess the damage. Oh, we should be able to do that with 2, maybe 3 volleys. There we go. Now we've got a pretty quick reload on this thing, so here's the hope and it works out for us. Oh, that's what I wanted. There we go. We can put some damage into these lighter structures while we're here, giving our bombers and our ground attackers a little bit of a leg up. And of course, we'll be reloading in about 60 seconds, which is a pretty decent amount of time to be able to secure capture on this zone. And while I've shown quite a few videos of multi-roles attacking ground targets like this, I think we can all agree that it's effective enough. It allows us to be able to get that advantage. We got the capture points, and we've managed to capture the mining plant twice now. We don't have a stellar aerial victory score currently, but we really don't need one because our influence is being a multifaceted aircraft. We can do a multitude of different roles, and we can do those well enough that'll allow us to be able to turn an advantage. I'm going to say someone go get him. And I'm going to try and intercept this guy. He is not paying attention. He seems like he's in a bad energy state. And he's inside the airfield's capture circles, so bully for me. Oh. We got lucky that there was a bot fly in that aircraft. And we're lucky that there's a bot fly in this one too. Ooh. That was really close. Let's get a little bit of that airspeed back. We'll come back around on the target. It is squall line, so if we take this guy out, we won't need to deal with him anymore. And we'll get a good portion of the capture back, even though the bombers are overhead. So that'll give us a bit more survivability. That is the human-controlled aircraft right there. We got to get on him. Huge threat. And I don't want to be on the receiving end of that Vulcan cannon. He's lost his engine. He's on fire, lost his wing, and we secured the kill on that aircraft. There's another F-84 over here. Ooh, gotta look out for my own aircraft. So, not a stellar battle, but I would like to think that it was another prime example of using a multi-role strength to the best advantage for the team. Again, multi-roles give you the ability to be able to go and flip a zone that might require some decent ground damage capability, or you can engage aircraft. The forward-firing guns on the Seahawk are actually, they're really good. And I was kind of running this as more of a speed build. I had the aerodynamic pylons on it. I have the polished skin. I actually had the G-suit on it as well because I was anticipating being at high speed, but I actually swapped out for the gyroscopic gun sight because I felt like the accuracy was lacking. Even though the guns are centrally mounted, I just felt like I was struggling to make contact with these guns, and even without them being fully upgraded, because again, mechanical parts elude me, we were able to get much more consistent shots on target. It just felt better. I don't know if that translates, but I'm sure you guys have flown planes before and you're like, it doesn't feel right, and then you get into an aircraft or you put on the gun sight or upgrade it and you're like, okay, these seem like they're hitting more consistently now, and I don't feel like I'm fighting the reticle. Like the reticle is just syncing up real well and we're getting good hits. We have gone with the strength and hard points. I went with the strength and hard points because I wanted to reduce the reload even further. It starts out with a 90-second reload. Now we're down to 80. Potentially we can make it even better than that, especially if we roll with the ultimate upgrade, we can get another 10% off of the rocket reload. So that's something we... Whoa. Easy. But that's something that we're definitely looking for in the future, and we can potentially get this reload down way more. And the rockets, I think, are going to be... They're definitely more entertaining to use, but if we could use the bombs, and if we use the bombs, we get this reload down to 53 seconds. Very quick reload, but again, you're only getting 2 of these, and I've been finding really good success with getting Rocketeers with this thing, so having 20 rockets that launch 2 at a time is a lot of fun. So that's kind of the claim to fame for the Seahawk, is just this giant pile of air-to-ground rockets, although they do offer a lot of air resistance and kind of slow the aircraft down. But for those of you that really like the bombs, and whoops, sorry about that, I'll argue that I also am a big fan of using the bombs. The bombs and rockets are both accessible on this aircraft once you've specialized. Most multi-rolls on other nations can't boast that. It's only the British multi-rolls from tier 7 and above that get the ability to swap between rockets and bombs once specialized, because as you can see, it's right here. The Seahawk kind of gets the butt end of the stick, if you would. A lot of people don't like this aircraft, especially coming off of the Tempest. The Tempest gets great maneuverability, but this aircraft suffers with an 11.2 second turn time with the setup that I currently have. And because of this, you know, over 11-second turn time, it's gonna struggle against the J7Ws. It's gonna struggle against the Tempest. It's still going to see, and it's just going to feel like you're struggling. And the airspeed is definitely not bad at 538 at the top end speed, but there's a lot of other really fast multi-rolls at this tier, the F94D being a prime example, being able to get up to speeds that are on par with the HG2 in a straight and level run. So this aircraft is going to be more of a pure multi-roll. It has some good firepower, it has decent enough maneuverability, and of course it has that air-to-ground payload with a very quick reload, which is traditional for the British multi-roll aircraft. So I've grown to like this, mostly because I had to spend so much time trying to specialize it, but I'm also a glutton for punishment, and I tend to like the aircraft that most people don't like because I see it as a bit of a challenge. So yeah, here it is, the Seahawk. I think it's a nice looking plane. I think it has nice lines, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's battle, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.